Somebody asked on a previous video about the sounds, just to hear the MX5, using it for bass. I'm gonna just play through the factory presets on this. Down the road, I'll probably get into actually what I use on this. I don't use any of the factory presets. To me, they don't sound right. So we'll just go run through the factory presets here. They're pretty easy to get to. You just hit the little lines up there. It comes all set to the set list here under bass tones. There's 7 of them. Starts at number 258. Pretty much just a standard bass tone. Does have the volume pedal set up on it. It also has a distortion on here. You can see they have it assigned to this pedal factory. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not my thing. Let's see. Let's go to 259. Funky bass. We got. Well, here. Let's head back to this one. Got the distortion. They got a bass EQ, the volume pedal, compression. They got another compression after the amp, but before the speaker. I would probably, with having the compression up front, I like compression right off the bass myself, just enough to balance the tone out. I guess I would probably put it after the speaker. Let's see what this is. Black Duo. So this is a blue line, 69 blue line. So would this be an acoustic or an Ampeg? I'm assuming that's going to be an Ampeg. I got a chart somewhere that shows what all the conversions are for what amps they run. But I'm assuming it's going to be an Ampeg because, yeah, it's Ampeg because there's the 810 little fridge. I'm wondering if they have that compressor there. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're used to a compression on the amp itself, might be why they put it on that. Like I said, it's a preference thing. But, all right, anyway, let's go to the next rig. Funky bass. What do we got here? We have compression right up front, just how I like it. A little bit of air reverb down there. Volume at the end. Reverb is after the cabinet. What cabinet are they running here? Same thing, the 810. And it's the same bass head. Yeah, it's not bad, but like I said, not really my thing. Close. I could work with this. I could probably adjust that and make it comfortable to how I like it to sound. Yeah, personally, way too much compression for me. But I guess you want that tight, funky bass, somebody slapping or something. I'm not that type of player. But I guess you'd want that to be pretty leveled out when you're playing. Reverb. Whoop. Let's see. Nonlinear colors. Not really too much on it. Not really much at all. Makes it pretty wet there. Yeah. Again, not my thing. All right, let's head to the next rig here. I'm going to assume that means modern metal bass. Let's see what we got on this. We have a EQ, parametric, but they don't have it on. Why would it not be on and be on here? Let's turn that on, see the difference. Oh well, I really don't like it on there, to be honest with you. Guess to each your own. Plus, well, it could be depending on what kind of bass you're running through it. I'm using just a Schecter 4-string on this right now. Active pickups. This is just the closest one, easiest one to plug in. The other ones were kind of about 10 feet away. I didn't feel like grabbing any. But what do we got? We got the signal split off. We have a fuzz. We got another graphic EQ. What is that? Flanger. We got this signal coming off to a chorus, which they have assigned to a pedal. A delay. Let's turn the delay on. Let's turn it all on just to do it. Why not? Compression at the end, volume pedal at the end. It looks like they're not really running this through an amp on here. Maybe this would be good for somebody just running it. Well, I guess you wouldn't have to. You can run direct to a PA with this tone. Maybe that's why the parametric was on or off. Yeah, that's way too much. Way too much. Again, not my thing. Maybe some of you metal guys, that's the tone you're looking for. Let's just head on the next rig here. Rock bass. All right. What do we got? We got compression, a bass EQ, which is off, chorus, which is off, flanger, some reverb volume. Looks like that's the same Ampeg with the same 810. You know, I used to have one of these cabinets, and so many, I'm not saying they sound bad, but I guess it goes with the tone you're looking for. I just, like I'll show up to a festival and that'll be the house amp that they have, and I'll be like, oh man, everyone's like, oh, look at that Ampeg, and I'm like, oh man, it's going to sound like crap tonight. But that's, not that it sounds like crap, it's just not how I have any of my stuff set up. My tone is more of a, I'm almost going to say a Phil Lesh type, actually quite a bit Phil Lesh, almost gospel-ish Phil Lesh type sound. I don't use a pick. Sometimes I use a pick if it's called for. Other than that, I'm a finger player. Unlike Phil Lesh, a lot of his tone comes out of that. You can hear that attack on his pick. Sounds pretty good. That's anyway, a little off topic here. I guess this is pretty straightforward though. So something like this, I can probably adjust the tones. I've never really tried with it. A little bit of flanger. What's this EQ sound like on? Yeah, you can work with that. A little bit of coarse. I like coarse on a bass. That might be a little much. I'd probably dial that down a little bit. All right, off to the next one. What do we got? Synth bass. We have a compression running over to a 8 Bit crush. Let's see what that is. Oh, turned it off. I guess that's your synth right there. You know, by the looks of it, it almost looks like one of them old Moog synths. Moog, however. Can probably work with that. All right, let's turn that off. Oop. All right, what do we got here? We got a phaser. Yeah, no. Again, the same Ampeg setup. People at Headrush must like that. Reverb, volume on the end. I do like that. All right, what do we got next? Mix and bass. Nothing on but a volume. Oh, what's this? 65 black. Would that be a bassman? Looks like an old bassman. With the 810. Again, why do all of them have the 810 on it? Some people are probably going to say because that's the best. So we got compression. Let's turn the compression on. Right into that. What do we have here? We have, it's kind of dark. Bass EQ. Flanger. Did you hear that die off? I just let that ring out. I wonder if that's actually, that'd be the compression off of this. Yeah, that's why that dies off like that. See, that's what I wouldn't like. That's where I would dial that back. Volume. Yeah, next. Funky bass. Did we not already do funky bass? Mixing, we start, where did we start at? 258. We have bass, funky bass, metal bass, rock bass, synth bass, mixin' bass, slap bass. This is what we were just on. Mixin' bass, slap bass. Compression, EQ, ooh, another EQ after the amp. What are they using for the amp? They are using the Ampeg. Volume at the end. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward on this one. I'm obviously not slapping. Yeah, again, not really how I play, unless it's called for. A couple of them 80 songs every now and then you'll get something. Other than that, it's not really how I'm playing. But that's it. I mean, that's pretty much what they have here. Factory set up. We can look at what their options are for bass amp. So let's see. You can run, looks like you can run Bassmans. Ooh, flip bass, the old Ampeg. Bassman, let's see. This is going to be your, I'm assuming that's like the SVT tube amp. Just a couple different EQ settings. M2, let's see, Mark Bay, that's, no, it's not Mark, that's, help me out, people. Mesa Boogie, guitar. Yeah, a lot of the stuff in this factory is for guitar, but there is a ton of impulse responses for bass you can get. I have a file that's got like 5,000 different impulse responses, all kinds of stuff. A bandmate of mine, he owns a company, Waldotronics, You got to check him out if you're into like Jerry Garcia tone, things like that. He makes some custom wiring for them guitars, does some pretty good work. He turned me on to where I can find all those IRs. There's some good stuff in there. Haven't really put a lot of it into this because the more IRs you have in this, the longer it takes to load up. So I actually loaded all of them into this. And this thing would take like 10 minutes to fire up because it, you know, when you turn it on, it comes across as IR loading or something. So I deleted them off. I'm just going to have to go through and pick out what I want to put on here. It was nice knowing that it could hold them all, though. Well, you got a little Trace Elliott Elf here. So you got a couple. That's guitar. You do have a couple bass amps on here as options. Let's see what kind of cabinets we have here. I guess when I switched that, it turned it over to a guitar amp. We got the 810. Get this guitar. Bassman. You can go to 410 Bassman. Or the 810. I'm surprised there's not like a single 12 on here. Which they're probably, no? 212. There you go. You got an Ampeg 212 there. But again, the impulse responses can really cover you with what you want. Choose your mic type, placement, everything. That was just the factory presets, though. Yeah, we'll dive into this thing, creating tones, things like that one day. But for now, till next time, thanks, everybody.